I really love art. I love how one stroke of a brush can become a whole painting and can become a whole mural that would embody an entire building in Lekki Phase 1. We're at this very beautiful, vibrant house, which has been nicknamed the Red House in Lekki Phase 1. And we're about to meet the mastermind behind this building and the Bushman Collective all together. I'm talking about no one else but the Flying Bushman. And I'm going to head upstairs to his sanctuary where he makes all the magic and creates everything beautiful that you may or may not have seen in Lagos. So come with me, Amiola, and I'm going to take you on this beautiful visual journey. Your name, Flying Bushman, where did that come from? How did you coin that name?
It's from the story of the Flying Dutchman.
Okay.
It is a ship that is cursed to sail and never find land. So when I think of art, I think of it like that. It's like searching for a destination that doesn't exist. So it's that getting comfortable with that constant search, that constant growth.
So you're a multi-dimensional artist. Means that you're not just stuck to one form of creating.
I do everything.
So what are the things you do?
I mean, I did metal smithing for a bit. I did ceramics. I worked making stained glass for churches for some time. I mean, I paint, I sculpt. I work with every medium of art.
Is there one that you think you like the most? Or you're most comfortable with?
I think sculpture.
Okay.
Like, I like the puzzle aspect of it. You know, nothing is defined, so you have to create everywhere, even how it stands and seeing it from all angles. But it takes so much space.
Yeah.
So I just concentrate on things that are easy to...
Fair enough. So when you start, for example, when you started this painting behind, did you know what you were going for? Or it's just most times you, as it comes to your mind, you just create?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I start with something, but also with that freedom to change and evolve. So the idea might start as something else, but as I'm working on it, it just grows into something else.
I feel like this philosophy also translates into like life as well. You know?
Yeah, everything
does translate.
You know.
At what age did you first pick up like any paintbrush or any sort of art material and say, I want to create something?
I mean, as far as I can remember, I've always liked making stuff. It wasn't just about art. That's when I went to school. But growing up, I was one of those kids that created the things that I didn't have, you know. I would go make swords with wood and find people to join me. I would make games and make toys. And one of my oldest memories is of my dad teaching me how to draw. You know, because I've always had that interest in displaying what I'm thinking or changing things and making them or seeing more in something that already exists.
Okay, so let's talk about the Bushman Collective. How do you find artists that you feel are on the same wavelength as you, or is that a requirement for you when you find artists?
No.
What are your requirements? Let's start from there.
I mean, I don't have any requirements. When I moved back here and started doing art, it was just me. So I always worked by myself and I was used to doing things by myself. But then I met one of the other artists down here, Sam, and the amounts we were able to accomplish together, you know, inspired me to start bringing in other artists. So we work together, you know, we keep trying to push the boundaries of what we can do and how we can monetize what we do and make a living off of it.
Okay. Speaking of Boulevard, I know like you have a mural there at Boulevard. And I've also seen when you did on Uzumba and Badiwe as well. What's the story behind that? Because you're laughing. I hear we hear that you almost got arrested when you were doing that.
I mean, they tried, but they didn't know how to react to someone painting the wall, because that was the first that they've ever encountered, because the work is beautiful and they all like it, but they had a problem with it but they didn't know what to do and who to call. So while they were doing all of that, we left, but they kept our stuff. For years, I've been going around the streets and either putting words of inspiration or just a little drawing. And on Ozumba, we had a job there, so I did some around. And I wanted to just also to spark that dialogue with street art and to show how blank, mundane canvases can be something more. It can be a way for people to connect. It can be something that speaks about, a kind of avenue for activism.
So does living in Lagos, Nigeria, I mean, you moved back to Lagos. What has your experience been being an artist in Nigeria? Do you think it stifles your growth, or is it like, does it help you, especially like with that situation now where they tried to arrest you and didn't know? So do you think that that sort of helps with your growth, or does it limit you and the things that you're able to do?
I think Nigeria is exceptionally difficult for creative. If in other countries, our art is more appreciated than it is here. And I've been very lucky that I find avenues outside just the painting to sell, so it's more commercial.
Yeah.
I look for ways to utilize my skills in other than the conventional ways that other artists might think of it. So in that way, I'm able to create more avenues to make money from it, and I'm able to bring more people in to also build and show them other avenues. But art is very difficult out here. It's not somewhere that it's encouraged and appreciated so much, but it changes when we take art outside of the galleries.
I've seen videos of you like jumping off a boat, fire eating as well. So what are your hobbies? What do you enjoy doing? And what are the most dangerous situations you've found yourself in because of your hobbies? Because I feel like you do everything, right?
I think when I was young, I heard this saying that life is a accumulation of experiences, so I took it upon myself to experience as much as I could. So I think that's my passion, is searching out for things, knowledge about the world around us. Because when you know that there's so much around you, that you know there's food right underneath, there's water, there's everything that you need in a small world. When I was about 18, I went back home to Bayelsa for the first time. And one thing I noticed at night was that the whole sky was red from all the oil flares. So since that time, it's always been a concern on my mind, like the environmental impact of the oil companies out there and the communities that are affected by it. So I wanted to create something about that pollution and destruction, and knowing that something is watching us, our decision. This is more of a apocalyptic, future, surreal representation of that kind of landscape after we've killed everything and there's no more life, where all that's left is structures of whatever we left behind, religion and institutions.
I'd like to say that this has been one of my favorite interviews so far. But like the Flying Bushman said, there are no favorites. Everything is just a step onto the next one. Like this is a step onto the next interview that we'll be bringing to you on eCentral. My name is Amiola, and it's been a delight. I hope you've had such a great time like I have. Until the next one,